Alrighty, well this is Sean Perry with VintageRock.com. I'm here at the 2020 NAMM show, and I'm sitting here with James Curleigh, JC. Did I get your name right?
You did.
All right. He is the CEO and president of Gibson. How you doing, JC?
Good, man. It's day 3 of NAMM, and it's been amazing so far. It's just so good to see the energy and the excitement. And, you know, people, I think they know how hard we work on our guitars and on setting things up and the artists, and we all show up here, and it's kind of like our moment to go like, oh, you know, what's going to happen? And if the last 3 days is an indicator of the excitement and the energy we've got going on, then I think it's looking good for 2020.
Well, you've been everywhere. We've been following you, actually, because we went to the Gibson party. We saw you last night at She Rocks. And I just see you out here interacting with people. I mean, you're definitely a people person.
Well, I think, you know, we got to listen, you know, and when I joined just a little over a year ago, I just did so much research, and it was so obvious, I thought, what needed to get done, you know, pay attention to quality, go back to some of the originals, engage with the artists, you know, make it easier to do business with Gibson to our dealers, and so we kind of had a bit of a playbook right out of the gate, and then we just started doing that, and I really believe that the best thing we can do is kind of listen, and then act, and then see what happens, and then keep doing that, and I said to the team, if people couldn't talk to us, would they know what we're up to here at NAMM? And if you just look at how we've set it up, we've got our acoustic room. We're taking acoustics seriously. Epiphone's never had a better spotlight. Epiphone's on. Kramer coming back, you know, and we'll talk about that hopefully from your point of view. And then Gibson clearly is only going from strength to strength. But of equal importance, we're proving that we're all about the artists. We're providing more live music opportunities for our artists, from next generation through to legends like Phil X, etc., on our stage last night, through to the Grove the other night. So rather than say it, we're just getting busy doing it, and I'm really proud of the progress we've made, but it also shows the potential we still have.
Absolutely. I mean, you've brought the company back from the brink of irrelevancy. I mean, I don't want to speak ill of anybody who came before you, but it seemed like the company was kind of going in a direction where guitars are more of an appliance, like a refrigerator, than they are, you know, an instrument of art. And you've definitely gone back to the legacy of Gibson.
Well, fortunately, I mean, I fundamentally believe in authenticity. I really do. And I was fortunate to work as the president of the Levi's brand. And I joined there about, you know, 2012 when Levi's was just sort of trying to figure itself out. It wasn't, to your point, it had lost relevancy, and it kind of took its leadership for granted. And I got to tell you, that was such an amazing journey of how to leverage the iconic past of Levi's, but also lean into the innovative future. And that's an amazing playbook for Gibson. You know, how do you become true to your past, but also think and be future focused? And this mode that we set up at Gibson last year was, let's be the 125-year-old startup. Let's understand that heritage and history and being original and authentic matters, but let's be future focused with new solutions and act like a startup. Like every decision we make really matters. And how do you put the resources and the energy against fewer things but better things? And I think we're doing that at Gibson.
Great. Now, so tell me about some of the new things that are happening for 2020 at Gibson.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many, you know, points to look at, but you got to start with Custom Shop. You know, the Custom Shop is just going to go from strength to strength, and we've had so much energy at the Custom Shop, looking at quality, looking at the details. We've got amazing individuals who understand all the details from the past, but we also have our artists now collaborating with us. So Custom Shop's getting an elevated level of attention, but we also announced the acoustic Custom Shop for the first time. So that's going to be amazing. On the Gibson side, we continue with our originals and our moderns, but we also then did something pretty special. We can all do signature guitars and they're amazing, but with Slash, he's just been such an amazing ambassador for Gibson and for the guitar world. So we launched the Slash collection. It's four electrics and it's 2 acoustics, and it's just been amazing, the reception on the Slash collection. And then this other brand, Epiphone, which people thought was, you know, Gibson's little brother. It's actually Gibson's older brother.
Okay.
1873 Epiphone, 1894, so it had about a 20-year jump on Gibson, but we just really put attention on Epiphone, this inspired by Gibson range that we've just brought out, and then Epiphone originals, including a Made in the USA Texan. That was the guitar that Paul McCartney wrote Yesterday on. So again, managing to leverage this iconic past and innovate for the future. And then there's this little brand that people might have heard it from the 80s, called Kramer.
Kramer, yeah.
And I just literally met with Gary Kramer in the room behind us, and he's so excited that we're really going to bring Kramer back. We've been working with artists and some of the original painters on Kramer. So when you look at what Gibson's getting, when you look at Epiphone, when you look at Kramer, artists are more excited and engaged. I think the fans are completely excited about what we're doing, and our dealer base are way more confident about what we've been doing, not because of what we've said, but because of what we're doing. So again, proud of the progress, and it also shows the potential we still have.
Absolutely. Now, of course, Gibson just being this iconic brand, Eric Clapton, Jimmy Page, I mean, the list goes on. Who else would you like to bring back to Gibson? Are you thinking about that?
Well, I mean, you're seeing it live this week. I mean, Did you ever, a week ago, did you think you'd see Don Felder with a white double neck that he wrote Hotel California on playing with Slash? No. And then Billy Gibbons shows up, and then Jared James Nichols, and then Emily, who was just Emily Wolf, who was here, and then Lizzie Hale finishing up with Miles from Dirty Honey singing Whole Lotta Love. I mean, that's the kind of collaborations that wasn't scripted. These are happening because as you know, as leaders, we can never guarantee success, but we should be able to guarantee we can set better conditions for success. And the culture creates this collaborative dynamic that you're seeing live. You've seen it. You saw it. You saw it last night. She Rocks was amazing, and just a confluence of women who are not only powerful but inspirational, but also just such an important part of the journey we're all on. And to see them being celebrated. The night before, you were at the Grove at Gibson Live, and so I think there's just this energy happening now across generations of music, across genres of music, and across genders that we just got to figure out how to continue to drive that energy forward.
Right, and you know, you hear talk about how the popularity of the guitar is kind of dying off. What can we do to keep it going?
I think we're doing it.
Yeah.
I think artists are doing it. I do fundamentally believe there's this notion of authenticity, and let's face it, back in the day, a few folks thought, oh my God, disco is going to be the death of the guitar, and I think we're still doing all right. And disco's, best left to the YMCA at some wedding. But so I actually think the guitar world's really, really healthy right now. I had a chance to go around and check out some of the other brands, and we're all in this together. And our competition is not necessarily other guitar brands; we're competing with time and choice. And if you ask the average 17-year-old kid, do you want the new iPhone, or do you want to go and experience somewhere serving, or do you want a guitar? It's our obligation and opportunity to make the guitar the first choice. And a guitar is an investment. And one of my passions is, and if someone said, hey JC, what's one of the legacies you'd want to leave, is that I want more people to be content creators. We are all consuming a ton of amazing content, but if we're not careful, we're just going to be, content consumers for the rest of our life. The guitar is an amazing, amazing tool. It's an instrument. It's a creative way to be a creator. So I would love for the guitar to be seen as a content creative tool for more people. And if we do that, I think the health of the industry and the connection to music and guitars is only going to get stronger.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, well, JC, I'm going to let you go. I appreciate you talking with us.